What's up YouTube? It's Mchanga back with another video. So today's video is an exciting one for me. We're going to unbox the new Microsoft Surface Duo. I'm going to give you my first impressions of the device and talk briefly about why this just might be an amazing addition to my daily productivity toolkit. All the affiliate links to everything you see in this video will be listed below in the video description. This is obviously not the first foldable type device with phone capabilities that's been brought to the market. But I have to say, Microsoft has really caught my attention over the years with their Surface line of products. They designed some amazing hardware, and the new Surface Duo appears to be a premium addition to their product lineup. Let's dive into this nice packaging to see what comes in the box. Once you lift the lid off, the Surface Duo itself is front and center, but let's put that to the side for a moment. The Surface Duo bumper is included in the box. It's a nice rubberized minimal slip-on bumper that does have adhesive strips, so it'll stay in place once you attach it. I'm most likely not going to be using it, but it's nice to have some form of protection included for your $1,400 glass device. I might end up with a matte black or matte white skin for mine. Next, we have the manual or user guide. I don't ever look at the paperwork, but it's in here if you want to read it. This little lightning bolt means charge or power, so here we have the 18-watt power adapter. It's small, so that's nice. Then we have the USB Type-C charging cable that can also be used to connect the Surface Duo to an external display. But I'll go into more detail about that in the full review, so make sure you're subscribed. I'm a little disappointed that the Surface earbuds aren't included in the box since we don't get a headphone jack on the Duo, but I have tons of wireless earbuds and headphones, so it's really no big deal. Moving on to the star of today's show, the Surface Duo. I wasn't sure what to expect about how heavy or light it would feel in the hand, but it feels nice and solid. It doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't feel too light, if that makes sense. It feels just right. For a quick comparison, I'm going to grab my BlackBerry Passport Silver Edition. This was my ultimate productivity phone for a while, and I'm getting a similar vibe from the Surface Duo, at least in the hardware department. Even though the Duo weighs a little over 50 grams more than the Passport at 250 grams, they feel nearly the same in hand. They both feel like high-quality business devices designed to get work done. I know some people will complain and say the Surface Duo is too wide to hold comfortably like a phone, but that's simply not the case. My Passport is virtually the same width and it's always felt completely fine when holding it to my ear to talk. I know phones this wide may seem awkward, but in my experience, they aren't. Of course, if you have small hands, the Duo might not be your cup of tea. Let's go ahead and pull this protective plastic off so we can look at the hardware a little bit closer. There's no pre-installed screen protector for either side, but unlike some other foldables, you can use a screen protector on both screens, and that's due to the separation allowed by this hinge design. When this was announced last year, I thought it would be metal, but it's glass. Personally, I would have preferred an all-metal body, but the glass feels good and durable. I love the white color that Microsoft is calling Glacier with the reflective chrome logo and chrome hinge. The only other type of foldable phone I've used on a regular basis is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. Being 100% honest, there is no comparison between the two. I much prefer the overall design of the Surface Duo. If you want me to pick up the new Galaxy Fold 2, which most will probably consider a direct competitor for a comparison video, let me know down in the comment section. The frame is also white, but it's matte instead of glossy. We get the volume rocker, power button, fingerprint reader, and the slot for the SIM card on the right side of the right screen. There are no other buttons on the Duo. It would have been great to have that SIM card slot also accept micro SD cards. But anyway, opening up the Duo to the screen, it's clear that we have two distinct 5.6-inch AMOLED displays that open to a total of 8.1 inches diagonal. At the top of the screen is where you'll find the one and only camera on this device. It's an 11 megapixel sensor capable of 4K video and up to 60 frames per second. There's also a flash. I'm already in love with this 360-degree hinge. It's so buttery smooth but rigid at the same time. This reminds me of the Lenovo Yoga series of Ultrabooks. You can put it in different positions or modes for typing, watching videos, gaming, and reading your books in the Kindle app. Oh, and the USB-C port is at the bottom. No matter how I bend this thing, it feels sturdy, and I don't doubt it will last for the duration of my ownership, but we'll see how it actually holds up in the long-term review after a few months of daily use. Let's power it on, and before we go through the setup process, here's a quick look at the Microsoft Surface Slim pen. I decided to get this pen instead of using the standard Surface pen because it's more compact. It has a neat charger included that charges via USB-C, and the cable comes in the box as well. The pen is slim and lightweight. It has 2 buttons on it. The top is the eraser, and the side button allows you to make selections. It feels pretty comfortable in the hand. Alright, so let's try to speed through the setup process. This is an Android 10 device, so most of this should look familiar to Android users. I'm not setting up the mobile network just yet in this video, but this is an unlocked device, so you can use it with AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Just keep in mind that regardless of which carrier you decide to go with, there is no 5G here. Let's connect to a Wi-Fi network really quick. As soon as it obtained an internet connection, an update popped up for immediate download. I would say that's a good thing, and it tells me that Microsoft recognizes there are some initial issues that need to be addressed quickly. For many people, there won't be really anything Microsoft can do to satisfy them, but I'm not one of those people, and I actually look forward to the growth potential and future refinement of the Surface Duo. I accept that this is a first generation device, and I understand the growing pains that come along with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let this update install. Now, this is just my opinion, but I feel like those of us that are accustomed to all the luxuries of modern standard smartphones won't really appreciate a mobile device like this, and many of you might wonder what's the point of its existence if it can't completely replace your primary phone. Specs wise, the Duo has the Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM. You can choose between 128 or 256 gigs of storage, a 3577 milliamp battery, a dual battery by the way, and a single low megapixel camera. So technically, with that spec sheet, we don't get much to write home about, right? I understand and respect that perspective, but I believe Microsoft meant for this Duo to serve as a companion tool for getting things done and increasing your ability to multitask. I really don't want to call this a phone because it reminds me more of a PDA or personal digital assistant. Microsoft's decision to partner with Google and bring Android to this device was smart and forward-thinking, but I have to say, I would have loved a true Windows mobile experience. I know majority of consumers stick with one phone and it offers everything you need for everyday use, but I have carried 2 phones for many years. Being someone that has separate phones for personal and business use, I immediately recognized that the Duo could make a great work device for email, video conferencing, and so many other productivity-based tasks. Just because a new product is released doesn't mean it's the next best thing for you. I think a lot of people forget that a big part of technological advances is to push the market forward and to drive healthy competition. Every device announced isn't meant for you to buy it, so if it doesn't fit into your expectations and your budget, it's okay to pass it up. But that doesn't mean it isn't a nice investment for someone else. I buy devices that have the potential to improve my workflow. If I use it and it just sucks, then I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't, but I'm also going to remain optimistic. I want to see where this goes. Okay, so it's done updating, and we'll go back through the initial options here, including restoring a backup from another Android phone or even bringing your data over from an iPhone. We get the option to set up a PIN, and then you can add your fingerprint. The fingerprint reader is here on the side of the frame in what I consider to be an obvious and natural place to put it, since when you're holding it, your thumb just lands there. For anyone that is considering buying this phone, or if you already ordered it, this section that shows you how to get started with using the Surface Duo is kind of important, because I feel like when people go to use certain gestures coming from a different Android device, it might seem like the Duo isn't cooperating. Make sure to do your swipes like it tells you during this initial setup. I'll cover all the swipes, gestures, and details in the full review. If there's anything specific you you want to test out and talk about in the upcoming review, make sure you ask me down in the comment section. I'll be putting this hybrid device through the paces and using it every day at work as well as for phone calls and playing some Xbox games. Now, dual speakers in these massive bezels would have made them a tiny bit more tolerable, but we'll talk more about the design and major rooms for improvement in both the hardware and software side of things. Well, that's it for this unboxing and first impressions of the Microsoft Surface Duo. I look forward to reading your questions and comments. If you like this video and want to see more from me, hit the like button. If you feel like it, jump down in the comments section and let me know you like it. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you tap the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I post new videos, including my upcoming full review of the Duo. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.